So in 8.8, number 13, we have a rational expression to simplify. This is just a fraction, and fractions always need to be reduced. The way that you reduce a rational expression is to factor the numerator and denominator, and then cancel common factors. So we go ahead and rewrite this. Now this has 4 terms, so as we look to factor this, we think of this as 2 sets of 2 terms each. So I'm just going to put a little square bracket over those first 2 terms and the second 2 terms. The first 2 terms then have a greatest common factor of t squared. You can write t cubed minus 5t squared as t squared times t minus 5. The second 2 terms have a greatest common factor of 5, so I'm going to factor off 5, or in this case I'm going to factor off negative 5. I choose a negative 5 because if I pick negative 5, then when I factor off right here, I get positive t, and when I factor off negative 5 from positive 25, I get negative 5. So factoring off negative 5 leaves t minus 5. I want the two t minus 5s to be the same, and if I did not pick a minus 5 here, I would have negative t plus 5, and I need t minus 5 and t minus 5 to be the same. In the denominator, we're factoring the difference of cubes. Remember we had a little rule for that. The rule was a cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So we learned that in an earlier math class, and it was to be memorized. So hopefully you have that memorized, or you can memorize it. So in this denominator, the t would be the a. So here you have t cubed, and in the formula there's an a cubed. So the t is the a, and here we have 125, which is 5 cubed. So b is the 5. So right now we have t cubed minus 125 cubed, and we're going to rewrite it like this, filling in t for each a and 5 for each b. So we'll have t minus 5, t squared where the a was squared, t times 5 for a times b, and 5 squared for b squared. Okay, so we're going to do that in the actual problem now. This is off to the side. So in the actual problem, we have t minus 5 times t squared plus 5 times t plus 25. So we're continuing to factor. The numerator is not factored yet because of this minus sign right here. You need everything all multiplying together in the numerator. You can't have a big minus right in the middle. So that's okay. We keep factoring now. We factor off t minus 5. So we have h of t equals t minus 5 times t squared minus 5. So we had a t minus 5 here and a t minus 5 here. You're taking the t minus 5 off of here, leaving t squared. You take the t minus 5 off here, leaving negative 5. If you're not sure that looks right, just multiply this out again using FOIL. So here you'd get a t cubed. Your inner and outer terms would give you the negative 5t and negative 5t squared, and your last would give you positive 25. So we factored completely, and that means we can cancel the common factors t minus 5, and what we have left is the simplified form of h of t. So when you have a rational expression, it should be written in lowest terms. You would factor and cancel. This is a little fancier factoring than you've maybe reviewed for a while, factoring 4 terms and factoring the difference of cubes. Another part of problem 13, that was part A. Part B is what can t not equal? T cannot equal 5, because if you put a 5 here in the denominator, you'd get 125 minus 125, which is 0. You may not divide by 0, so division by 0 is not allowed. And if t were 5, then we'd be dividing by 0.